Hold the line there. Welcome to the Radio Chewy Experience, and since I'm here, you can tell that I didn't win the big Powerball or Mega Millions jackpot. But lucky you. That just frees me up to be able to bring you the biggest hits of the 70s and more. Johnny Mathis and Denise Williams on That 70s Channel.
Yes, it's me.
Ringo Starr putting his spin on a Platters classic there. Only You on That 70s Channel. I've got almost 30 minutes of continuous commercial-free music on the way, including the Rolling Stones, Steve Miller Band, and the Commodores. They're next on That 70s Channel. The biggest hits of the 70s and more, That 70s Channel during a Super 70s weekend. Unlike many of the band's other hits, this song features country-like elements. From their album, The Who, by Numbers, here's Squeezebox on That 70s Channel. It is your number one place for fun, That 70s Channel, where it's a Super 70s weekend and my friends, good times around every single corner. Also known as the Big Apple Band, here they are in their disco funk goodness. It's Chic on That 70s Channel. As always, shaking my groove thing to the biggest hits of the 70s and more, especially during a Super 70s weekend right here on That 70s Channel. As we continue our voyages on the Radio Chewy Experience, I am your captain, Chewy. Stevie Wonder, an 8-track flashback on the way, and from the What Not to Do file, a Salt Lake City man arrived at a local skate park and proceeded to strip down to nothing but his board and his shoes and started his day. And he did so in front of several dozen people, including children, some as young as 6. He was arrested and is charged with lewdness involving a child, as well as drug possession and possession of drug paraphernalia. Now, my question is, if he was in nothing but his shoes, where was he hiding his stash? What? Oh, ew. The biggest hits of the 70s and more. That 70s Channel. What you won't do for love. But I did hear what you do for a Klondike bar. Call me, Bobby Caldwell on That 70s Channel. Truth is harder to find than love. That is so true. From his 6th album, 52nd Street, it's Billy Joel on That 70s Channel. I've got almost 30 minutes of continuous commercial-free music on the way, including Fleetwood Mac, The Guess Who, and I've got a Guilty Pleasure 45 on the way. The biggest hits of the 70s and more. That 70s Channel, saying hi to Sherry in Del Paso Heights, California, John in New York, and Elizabeth in Tequesta, Florida. Thank you for listening and making us a part of your Super 70s weekend. It's Paul Simon on That 70s Channel. It is your number one place for fun, That 70s Channel. Calling Detroit, Michigan home is singer and actress, Ms. Frida Payne. Every woman in the world to me listens to the biggest hits of the 70s and more right here on That 70s Channel. Air Supply there, spinners are on the way. And it's now time for Mike's dad joke. My friend Mike, he likes to spam me with these things all the time. And you, my friend, get to share my pain. Lucky you. Did you know that Bigfoot is sometimes confused with Sasquatch? Yet he never complains. Oh, come on, it's not that bad. The biggest hits of the 70s and more right here on That 70s Channel. And here's a song that was influenced by the Beach Boys. In fact, you can hear Carl Wilson and Bruce Johnston singing backup. It's Elton Hercules John and Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me on That 70s Channel. Top 10 music from Barry Manilow. Weekend in New England during a Super 70s weekend on That 70s Channel. It's Chewy, and I've got over 30 minutes of continuous commercial-free music on the way, including Ides of March, Casey and the Sunshine Band, and Billy Joel, right here on That 70s Channel. It is a Super 70s weekend where we play the biggest hits of the 70s and more on That 70s Channel. Walter Becker and Donald Fagen put them together, and what do you got? Steely Dan and Beacon Blues on That 70s Channel. Signed, sealed, and delivered are the biggest hits of the 70s and more on That 70s Channel during a Super 70s weekend. Stevie Wonder. Thank you for listening to the Radio Chewy Experience. I am your host, Chewy. I got Frankie Valli on the way, and also I have a few tips to help you survive your next trip to Starbucks. I was reading this article, and it listed over 25 of these things, and I said, I think I'll just give you the top 3. Number 1, no more standing in line. Order via the mobile app, even if you're in the store. You place your order and it jumps ahead of those already waiting in line. Number 2, if you want room for your cream, buy the smaller sized coffee, but ask for it in a larger cup. You pay for the grande, but now you have the room of the venti for your cream. And finally, number 3, befriend the barista. You never know when they'll treat you to something extra like a little butter caramel for your macchiato. For the rest of the tips, you can go and visit my Facebook page at Radio Chewy. The more you know. As always, we're playing the biggest hits of the 70s and more on That 70s channel. And time for you to get your Saturday best on, because you are invited to the biggest party on the planet, Studio B. Now, you don't have to worry about waiting behind that velvet rope either. Bud has made sure and placed your name at the top of the VIP list. So come on by and visit us. It's Studio B, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, tonight. It is the biggest party on the planet and only on That 70s channel. John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John in those summer nights right here on That 70s channel. I've got over 30 minutes of continuous commercial-free music, including Slow Hand, Paul Simon, and an 8-track flashback on the way. The biggest hits of the 70s and more. That 70s channel. Originally done by Hot Chocolate in 73, didn't really get any traction here in the States. Well, not until Stories got hold of it 6 months later. They made a few changes to make it a little bit more palatable to more conservative U.S. audiences. Here's Brother Louie on That 70s channel. From Jersey City, New Jersey, here's Kool and the Gang on the station where it's always ladies' night. That 70s channel. Just take 2 aspirin, call me in the morning. Robert Palmer along with the biggest hits of the 70s and more during a Super 70s weekend on That 70s channel. Up next, I got today's Top 10 with Dennis Constantine, followed by the Arnold Almanac and the biggest party on the planet, Studio B on That 70s channel.